And to trending now, where people on Twitter are finally starting to realise that the so-called tolerant left might not be all that tolerant. They, in fact, are most likely to be bullies online. In a long Twitter thread, commentator and counter-terror expert Carrick Ryan admitted all he could see when scrolling on the platform was progressive Twitter accounts expressing hate, going against his expectation of conservatives being the ones to deliver vitriol. Joining me for Trending Now is YouTuber and commentator Daisy Cousins. Daisy, are people waking up to the reality of the so-called tolerant left? Carrick Ryan, is he a bit of a lefty himself? I understand he is.
Yes, he says he's always been someone who pushes progressive ideas, but evidently not in the same sort of identitarian way that a lot of those proverbially nasty progressives spreading hate do. I mean, this was a really interesting thread, and I have seen sort of bits of that here and there, particularly recently, of people going, gosh, you know, I don't think I can actually stand to be on this platform anymore. It's just so particularly vitriolic and hateful and acidic and just awful. And I think more and more people are logging off. And certainly, if you are a Twitter user, as you are and as I am, I mean, there are certain boundaries you have to set for yourself just to protect your own mental state. I mean, I'm on Twitter quite a bit, but I don't have the app on my phone. And when I do, I don't have any notifications turned on because it is just such a dreadfully toxic platform. And it so often comes from the regressive left. I mean, the point that Carrick made was that he thought, as someone who pushes progressive ideas, that he would get terrible vitriol and terribly attacked by the right. But he said that wasn't the case. While they challenged him, they never really attacked him personally, unlike progressives who perceived that he'd gone out of line. So fascinating thread, definitely.
Oh, yes. Every little bit of hate I've copped online, whether it's sexist abuse, whether it's racist abuse, whether it's just unhinged vitriol, it's always from the very, very tolerant left who pretend to be very inclusive. Now, I want to ask you about this thing that's trending about feminists encouraging young boys to become feminists and denigrating masculinity. Let's have a quick look at the video first.
I'm a feminist boy. Watch me be a man who has all the feels. I can laugh, cry, sing, and still keep it real.
Watch me be a man who doesn't only wear blue. Why can't pink and purple be boy colors too?
I feel bad for macho men who won't wear sparkles. Those old color codes are so patriarchal. That's so toxic. I'm a feminist boy. Watch me be an Asian man who plays leading roles.
Cause it's not just white dudes who can be heroes.
That grab was way too long, Daisy. I'm feeling agitated just seeing all that, so I apologise to the audience. What's all that about? What message are they trying to convey? What am I missing? I just remember the boys in the pussy hats. No, thank you.
Oh, goodness. This was actually, this has gone viral recently, but it's actually a 2020 clip, it turned out, from a YouTuber called Christina Wong, who appears to be sort of a bit of a Hillary Clinton fan. Look, there's a difference between saying a man should be a feminist in terms of believing that men and women should be equal, which all decent men believe inherently, and this kind of male feminist thing, of which you and I know, are of a similar opinion of, well, in the fact that we think that male feminists should be put on a register because they tend to be predatory, misogynistic, and really not quite what they're cracked up to be. So one real thing I want to point out here is that what is it with progressives and leftists and their obsession with bringing children into their propaganda? We've seen it with the climate change people. That was the big one. We see it with gender, the trans movement. Now we see it with feminism. I don't understand. Leave children out of politics. And the most on-the-nose bit, I think, for me about this clip, Rita, is towards the end of the video when they bring little girls in wearing white pantsuits, very reminiscent of Hillary Clinton. So very disturbing all around.
Yeah, that was the bit we played. That was disturbing enough. I don't need to see the rest. Daisy Cousins, thank you for your time tonight.
Thank you, Rita.